Okay, so that was weird. Raw Legends Night. Randy Orton spends the whole night disrespecting various legends. Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, shows respect. Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Championship. Goldberg is angry about a wrestler disrespecting legends, so he obviously challenges Drew McIntyre. Bill. Are you okay, Bill? Someone check on Bill. Someone check on Bill! I don't know what the hell Bill Goldberg is seeing, but Drew McIntyre spent the whole night respecting legends, and I would say a bit too much. That was actually hard to watch. This clip of The Rock mocking Goldberg makes more and more sense every year.
What's Goldberg gonna do?
Pretty much. Oh, and Goldberg hit his head again. Yeah, he made an entrance, hit his head. Poor Goldberg. Okay people, this is gonna be an interesting video. So Raw Legends Night was okay. I expected more if I'm being honest, but we got Goldberg. Now, put down your torches. So far, we don't know what WWE have planned. It can get really ugly, I know, but if I'm being honest, this is gonna shock a lot of people. I'm honestly excited for the match. I'll let you know why later. I know the wrestling community is angry. It's almost as if WWE gave them a sandwich with cockroach saliva. But come on people, Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg on paper actually looks very interesting. The show actually kicked off in the most confusing way possible with a Hulk Hogan phone. Yes, a Hulk Hogan phone. With this phone you can Twitter, you can YouTube, you can Instagram, you can Facebook. Okay, where is this going? And you can also call and let them know what you're gonna do, brother. Okay. Why? I honestly don't understand what just happened right here. Cool muscles though. So once we got that out of the way, the show kicked off with Miz and Morrison, Miz TV, and I honestly expected some legends right here. I mean, that's how WWE's booking works. We have a talk show, the Miz can talk to Hogan, Flair, and people will eat it up. No, we actually got the New Day, and I honestly believe that was one of the only times I felt like the New Day felt forced in a way. Like the New Day can make everything look very natural, organic. This time, I don't know why I was not entertained at all. I think it was pretty cringy. So they basically tried to mock the Miz's show. They have their own show on the Miz's show. The only highlight for me was the fact that the New Day had some questions prepared and John Morrison actually answered every time. I think John Morrison is actually very entertaining. I know he's not being treated seriously, but right now the only issue with the guy is that he loses way too much. Anyway, they continue mocking the Miz and John Morrison. It's a cooking part of the show, and the Miz loses it. We're about to get a brawl, but we hear Teddy Long's music, the former SmackDown general manager. Okay, so we have two tag teams in the ring. I know what we're about to get. They're gonna face The Undertaker. Lovely reference. Adam Pearce tells him that The Undertaker is no longer with the WWE, and of course, Teddy Long makes it into a tag team match. It would actually have a lot more impact if we didn't see 6 tag team matches on the show anyway. So we got the match, the New Day versus Miz and Morrison. For me, the highlight was actually seeing John Morrison versus Kofi Kingston. That was very entertaining. And I really liked the ending. Xavier Woods picked up the W, and guess who ate the pin? Obviously John Morrison. So the New Day won the match, and that was the way the show kicked off, which I don't understand why. Wouldn't you want some legends to kick off the show, since the show is called WWE Raw Legends Night? I don't really understand what this match did at all. So this is Raw Legends. Randy Orton is a legend killer. You know what that means. One thing that pissed me off during this show, legends didn't really do anything. It was basically pointless. Tatanka in a wrestling gear doing nothing is kinda the definition of pointless. Angel Garza gave a rose to Mickie James, and we saw a little Sergeant Slaughter cameo. I don't know, I mean, traveling to Raw just for this, that seems kinda pointless. I don't think these legends added anything to this episode of Raw. One of the weirdest rivalries of Monday Night Raw continues when we got AJ Styles versus Elias. So this was an okay match. I especially loved a phenomenal forearm into a knee to the face. AJ Styles picks up the W, and we just witnessed one of the smoothest saves of all time when Amos kicks a guitar and saves AJ Styles. Good job, So far, WWE are booking this guy perfectly. He never really had a match, but right now, by the way he's being presented, I could see this guy beating Goldberg, I could see this guy beating Braun Strowman, basically everyone. But so far we have no idea what he's capable of. Matt Riddle has a nice suggestion for The Big Show. You should be called The Big Bro. Okay, that was kind of funny. Randy Orton tried to manipulate The Big Show into hitting him, I guess, but it didn't work. The Big Show didn't do anything, and that was a common thing for Randy Orton, disrespecting legends. He also disrespected Mark Henry, told him to leave. Then we got Ric Flair and Charlotte, and it was a tag team match, Asuka and Charlotte versus Peyton, Royce, and Lacey Evans. Now the story right here is pretty simple. Ric Flair tries to distract Peyton, but accidentally grabs Charlotte's leg. He cost his daughter a match, and Charlotte Flair is angry. I believe I saw that at least 5 times already. I don't know why we're still seeing this. Lately, WWE are presenting Ric Flair as this old dude who cannot defend himself, and I know that's true, but lately he's just an old man who cries a lot. And that kinda sucks, because even right now, I wanna see Ric Flair with 5 girls. We saw one of the most painful WWE segments of all time, when Drew McIntyre and Hulk Hogan cut a promo together. That was really cringy. I lost like 2 inches from my dick. Then we saw Matt Riddle versus Lashley. Now one thing you know about Bobby Lashley is that he barely loses right now, one of the most dominant figures of Monday Night Raw, but he lost against Riddle. And I guess Riddle is now gonna face him for the United States Championship. Now Bobby Lashley is angry, shocked, and they're kinda already teasing the Hurt Business breakup, which happened later on the show as well, and I believe that's a horrible idea. As long as they don't break up, I don't care, but it's way too early. Then we saw Randy Orton disrespecting Ric Flair, basically saying he's just an old man and he should leave. Surprisingly, we saw Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, which is kind of a dream match. I mean, not necessarily a dream match, but that's a big match. It was also better than expected, and we also seen the spot where he grabbed him by ears, and I'm not gonna even show this. You know, it was ugly. It was really ugly. And we saw a reference to Royal Rumble 2008, I think, when we saw Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. Twist of fate into an RKO. Randy Orton picks the W. Fuck them legends. It was nice seeing that match. One thing that I don't like though is Jeff Hardy's booking on Monday Night Raw. I mean, dude, when he left WWE in 2009, we thought this dude is gonna return, he's gonna be the WWE champion. This guy is in irrelevant rivalries against Elias, he barely held the mid-card championship. I don't know what they're doing with Jeff Hardy. The man can still move. Use him. We saw the Lucha House Party and Melina saying Lucha. Okay. The Lucha House Party versus the Hurt Business was next, and the story right here is pretty simple as well. They lost the match, we had a lot of miscommunication, and now it seems like they're teasing that breakup again, which, like I told you, I think is a horrible idea. Angel Garza gave a rose to Tori Wilson. I think she said Cardi B is in the building, but instead he met Boogeyman who's eating worms. That still gives me chills. Not the Boogeyman, the fact that he eats worms. It's disgusting. And oh my, R-Truth won the 24/7 championship again. Wow, lovely seeing that for 1053rd time. Damn. And of course, in the main event, we saw Keith Lee versus Drew McIntyre, which honestly was a very good match. It was definitely the highlight of Keith Lee's main roster career so far. That Spanish Fly looked absolutely amazing, man. But Drew McIntyre still picked up the W. He won the match. We saw a show of respect. He was about to say something, but he got interrupted by Goldberg. He says Drew McIntyre probably thinks he's better than all the legends. He accuses Drew McIntyre of being disrespectful to legends. Dude, Drew McIntyre is like the biggest babyface right now. If anyone respects these legends, it's Drew McIntyre. Okay, so I want this championship because, well, I don't really deserve it. I didn't really win a #1 contenders match. But I'm challenging you because You've been disrespecting legends! What the hell, Bill? He challenges Drew McIntyre for a match at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship, and Drew McIntyre says, okay, but facing you is like facing my dad, basically insinuating that you're old, Bill. Bill, you're old. I'm not Randy Orton. Bill Goldberg pushes him, and that's how the show ends. But if you watch it on YouTube, you can see Drew McIntyre doing this. Kinda sucks that people didn't get to see that on television. Now, let's talk about this. Okay, that was possibly the only big highlight of the show. Everything else was, whatever. Now, I know many people are angry, and I don't know how to feel because on one hand, I'm very excited. Goldberg, McIntyre, Royal Rumble, that's a big match. And many people are saying it's gonna be a finisher fest. Whatever, man, in these kind of matches, it doesn't really matter. So if Drew McIntyre retains the championship, I'm all good. Whatever. However, it can get really ugly. I'm already seeing people saying Goldberg might win the championship, which happened against The Fiend, even though we didn't expect that. So he might take the championship from Drew McIntyre, and what's even worse, we might get Goldberg versus Reigns for both titles at WrestleMania. That is like the worst case scenario, but I can see WWE doing it. Roman Reigns on both shows, ratings, I get it. I really don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that, man. Wow. Hopefully that's not the case though. Hopefully WWE are just trying to boost the ratings by returning Goldberg. But I don't know, man. It's stressful, and in a way, you guys know that I like these kind of matches where I want someone to win. You know, in these kind of matches, it almost feels real. And I love that feeling. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me know your prediction. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.